Good afternoon and welcome to the media news. Oluwatoyin Yusuf is my name. The delivery of the judgment on the petition filed by the immediate past governor of Osun State, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, against the election of the incumbent governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, is in progress. The three-man election petition tribunal headed by Justice Teza Kume is delivering the judgment at the Osun State High Court Complex, Osogbo. Earlier today, heavy security had been noticed around the State High Court Complex, Okefia, Osogbo, and other strategic areas of the state capital. OSBC correspondent reveals that the roads connecting the Osun State Judiciary, venue of the tribunal, to various parts of Osogbo have been barricaded and manned by armed security agents. Vehicular movements were restricted in about 500 meters to the seat of the tribunal within the premises of the High Court. Reports say movement into the tribunal venue is restricted to journalists, lawyers, court workers, party supporters with valid identification, while the High Court process for the ruling has commenced. Meanwhile, the Osun State Police Command said it would not tolerate any act capable of causing a crisis in the state as the governor's election petition tribunal judgment is underway. A statement by the command spokesperson Yemisi Opalola said police, working with other security agencies in the state, would not allow a breakdown of law and order in any part of the state, assuring law-abiding residents of adequate security before, during, and after the judgment. The command also said necessary security measures have been put in place to deal decisively within the ambit of the law with anyone or any group of persons who may attempt to foment trouble. The federal government has promised to provide adequate security before, during, and after the upcoming general elections. The immediate advisor to the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, Mr. Shola Fashere, made this known in a statement today in Abuja. The minister, who made the promise at the State House press briefing series, highlighted the achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari and the ministry, promising that all the security agencies in the country, including the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, are ready to discharge their duties lawfully. The minister added that the Nigerian passport issued by the Nigerian Immigration Service increased numerically from 1 million in 2021 to 1.9 million in 2022. In another development, the minister said it had foiled another jailbreak attempt following the attack on the Kuje Correctional Facility. According to the minister, the federal government had done its best to capture the biometrics of all inmates nationwide. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has described Chief Ebenezer Babatope as a frontline nationalist who has dedicated his life to service to fatherland with a progressive ideology. The governor made this known at the 80th birthday celebration and book launch held in Ilesha. Governor Civil Correspondent Abdul Rahim Adekunlekun has the details.
Senator Ademola Adeleke stormed Ilesha to celebrate the ace politician and former Minister of Transportation, Chief Ebenezer Babatope, who clocks 80. Speaking about the historical antecedent of the Ilesha-born politician, Senator Adeleke described Chief Babatope as a politician of note who has high regards for rule of law, due process, and good governance. Governor Adeleke said posterity will not forget Chief Ebenezer Babatope for his firm adherence to the progressive ideology and good governance, stressing that Nigeria needs more of his type.
He believed in due process. Any country, due process, we are wasting our time. That is why it was a draft law. Key president, only President Buhari, you may be in APC and PDP, but this electoral act that you have signed, I have to come and tell you, thank you, you have done very well.
He used the occasion to appreciate people of Ijasha land for their support during the last governorship poll and enjoined them to vote for PDP candidates in the general election scheduled for next month.
So when we have tún fún mi pé our 100 days of program is on already everywhere. So by the time of our told March ending, you know, to talk actually see because only government is a continuous process. I've already embarked on that road going towards economy. Because you know, whether you are PDP, whether you are APC, but we'll be glad to say it is PDP government that did it.
Responding, the octogenarian lauded the governor for being a man of the people whose antecedent is traceable to his late father, Senator Ayola Adeleke, and his late elder brother and first executive governor of Osun State, Senator Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke, who were known for their people-oriented politics and lifestyle. He thanked the people of Osun State for standing firmly with the governor, whom he described as a true Omoluabi and a God-chosen governor.
Government Jackson Adeleke tó ń ṣe bí ọba ẹ̀ tó lè ṣe aṣojú rẹ̀ fáwọn ènìyàn. Lágbàá olóògùn ni òun ní tẹ́ ààrùn. Lágbàá olóògùn ni ojú òní tiẹ̀ ààrùn. Lágbàá olóògùn ọba ó ojú ìfẹ́ nínú ìwọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun State àti gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun State tó sí ilẹ̀ mẹ́rin náà ti lọ́wọ́ àdúrà. How can we identify with Senator Adeleke? How can we identify with his family? How can we identify with the man who believes in service to the people? I don't believe that we can understand when we are honest about what we are doing.
High point of the event was the presentation of a 15-chapter book that was co-authored by Sunday Adewusi and Smollett Shitu Alamu, titled The Comrade of Our Time, a biography of Chief Ebenezer Babatope Ebinotopsy, to chronicle the life history of the 80-year-old politician, journalist, activist, lawyer, writer, and public commentator, as he joined the class of octogenarians on Thursday, 26th of January, 2023. It has been Abdurrahim Adeklekun reporting.
The federal government has restated commitment to making Ekiti State a major free trade zone in Nigeria. The government said this will support the state in delivering economic and knowledge-free zone where education-based industries and technological companies could operate. The managing director of the Nigeria Export Processing Zone Authority, Professor Adeshoji Adeshuba, said this during a guest visit to the state governor, Biodun Oyebanji, in Ado-Ekiti. Professor Adeshuba said the establishment of the economic zone will boost the economy of the state and increase its internally generated revenue, as well as to reduce over-reliance on federal allocation. The NEPZA boss gave the assurance that the free trade zone would be ready within 18 months, adding that it was in Ekiti to confirm the commitment of the federal government toward the successful completion of the project. In his reaction, Governor Oyebanji said there was a need for the federal government to fast-track the completion of the project to attract more investors to the state, adding that productivity would always lead to shared prosperity. And ahead of the January 31st deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria for the phasing out of the old 1,000 naira, 500 naira, and 200 naira notes, some mega churches, schools, and retailers have set time limits for the collection of the old currencies. This came as the lingering shortage of old naira notes forced several commercial banks to shut their automated teller machines in Lagos, Abuja, and other states across the country. Deposit money banks have been battling a shortage of old bills amid a directive by the CBN that lenders should load only their ATMs with new naira notes, forbidding over-the-counter payment of customers with new currencies. However, amidst long queues in banks across the country, findings indicated that a number of mega churches, schools, and retailers had stipulated earlier time limits for the collection of the old notes. The decision was aimed at saving the organizations from the burden and challenges associated with exchange of the old naira notes for new ones. The federal government said it had foiled another jailbreak attempt following the attack on the Kuje Correctional Facility. The Minister of Interior, Faregbeshola, revealed this at the 64th session of the State House Ministerial Briefing organized by the Presidential Communications Team at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. And now to sports. Super Eagles goalkeeper Francis Uzoho is currently Nigeria's best shot stopper in Europe this season. According to the statistics, the Nigerian has kept more clean sheets than any of his compatriots in Europe this season. The informed Omania Nicosia goalkeeper has kept 8 clean sheets in 15 games, conceding 14 goals so far this time. This best return so far among the top Nigerian goalkeepers in Europe. The 24-year-old's contract with Omania ends at the end of the season, with the player open to a potential exit amid reports League One club Stade Reims interested in his services. Harper Jerusalem goalkeeper Adebayo Adeleye is the second-rated Nigerian keeper in Europe after keeping 6 clean sheets in 15 games this season, conceding 16 goals, while Sebastian Osigwe is third in the ranking, having kept 2 clean sheets from 3 games so far this term for Lugano. And on the foreign scene, a German citizen has been arrested on suspicion of treason for alleged involvement in a scheme to pass intelligence to Russia. The man, named Oleg as Arthur, was arrested at Munich airport with help of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He is thought to be linked to a German Foreign Intelligence Service employee who was arrested in December for allegedly spying for Russia. Prosecutors have said that he doesn't work for the intelligence services. Instead, they believe he passed on information from his acquaintance, the detained, and officer known as Kashin, of privacy rules to the Kremlin, making him an alleged accomplice to treason. The alleged double agent was later found guilty of handing over documents to the Central Intelligence Agency and Russian intelligence and sentenced to 8 years in prison. That ends the media news on ONBC television. It was edited by Adebare Ejimakinde. Good afternoon.